It was a normal day in Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob woke up early as usual and eagerly went to work at the Krusty Krab. The sun shone brightly through the ocean and everything seemed peaceful. Old Man Jenkins burst through the doors of the Krusty Krab, panting and wild-eyed. "The meat is here!" he screamed, eyes darting around in terror. Everyone laughed, dismissing his rant as just another episode of his eccentricity. Later that evening, SpongeBob was relaxing on his couch, watching TV. Suddenly, the news came on with a special bulletin. The anchor's voice trembled as she announced, "Bikini Bottom is under attack by meat." SpongeBob chuckled at the absurdity until the screen showed a horrifying image, a giant pulsating blob of flesh slowly enveloping the seafloor. SpongeBob ran to his window and peered out. To his horror, he saw Bikini Bottom being overrun by grotesque flesh monsters. These creatures dragged their victims, lifeless and limp, toward the enormous blob, feeding it and allowing it to grow larger, spreading its infection further. 28 months passed, and the infection had mutated. The flesh monsters had evolved into even more terrifying entities. Parasites made of flesh would bite into the brains of their victims, turning them into mindless killing machines. The infected had no control over their actions, screaming in torment as they slaughtered their friends and neighbors, unable to stop themselves. The military had made a horrifying discovery. The flesh monsters were innocent creatures forced to attack by the will of the flesh blob. If they refused, they faced a fate far worse than death. One day SpongeBob came across a giant flesh creature attacking a group of survivors. The monster's eyes were filled with sorrow, clearly not wanting to harm anyone. But it had no choice. SpongeBob, with a heavy heart, fought the creature. After a fierce battle, he defeated it, but not without cost. The creature's blood was acidic, and SpongeBob's hand began to melt. Despite his injury, SpongeBob pressed on, determined to save his home. He encountered another massive flesh creature and engaged in an epic battle. With every ounce of his strength and determination, he defeated the horde of flesh monsters, saving the remaining survivors. Exhausted and injured, SpongeBob collapsed, knowing that the fight was far from over. The nightmare of the flesh blob continued to